versus the world. We may not be right, but we don't know what about. Versus the world. We don't fuck around. If we did, we found out we are drunks. Versus the world. We may not be right, but we don't know what about.
Hello and welcome live from sunny Fargo, North Dakota.
Live
pre-recorded from sunny
We're
North
live
Dakota.
right now.
Live right now, pre-recorded
recording.
from Garage Studio 204.
Post-recording.
Sunny Fargo, North Dakota. This is Drunks versus the World. I am Justin.
I'm Lucas.
And I'm Jason.
And we are live.
We are live. We always record live.
We're recording live.
Yeah.
You're probably listening to a recorded version.
We tried pre-recording not live once and it didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? It's fucking gorgeous outside. It's in the 70s.
It's our first 70-degree day of the year.
Yep.
Sunny and 75.
It's about 70 some.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice day. First day we got to have the door open in Studio 204.
Mm-hmm.
Digging it, loving it.
Spring is here. Winter is
Calm
over.
winds.
Calm winds.
But it's gonna be fucking like 80 some, 40 some next week. What a bunch of crap! I hate this fucking town.
Yeah, well, maybe you should move.
Should I go to Arizona?
Should.
You want to move to Arizona with us?
No, I now want to move to New York City.
No, fuck.
New York City.
You couldn't handle New York.
Get a
City.
rope.
Get a rope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You'd
probably
end
couldn't
up,
handle.
for as much as you get paid, you're fucking poverty level in fucking New York
Yeah, I
City.
need another job.
You'd end up working like in the fucking, like living in the Bronx or... I heard the places that weren't so great in New York anymore are actually not that bad anymore, like Harlem and the Bronx and places like that.
Yep.
That people actually look forward to moving there.
Yep. Yeah, they built that place up.
Not me. That's like moving to Moorhead. I don't want to live in Moorhead. Fuck that place.
Would you rather live in Moorhead or New York?
Moorhead. Fuck, I don't know. Maybe New York.
I'd probably rather live in Moorhead just because I know the area. And New York is too hectic for me.
Yeah.
So one of the guys that used to work out there that I worked with, he made a little more money than I did for the same role, obviously cost of living. But even with that, that bump in salary, he still had over an hour commute both ways having to get on this train and then walk to this subway station. And
he might have lived in a apartment about the size of this garage.
Yeah. So
Maybe
like
studio.
Yeah.
Studio.
The ability to commute to work in 10 minutes is worth so much to me.
I almost moved to the East Coast years and years ago. Never did, but I was actually going to move to Rhode Island. And I had family that lived there, and I knew people, and whatever. And I was there was a school, I can't remember where it was at, but it's like one of the only accredited bartending schools in the country where you can get, it's called there's not many people around that are actually accredited with this, but they're master mixologists.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not that it's not that big of a deal as a lot of people would think, but when it comes down to like saying those people that are master mixologists, they're the ones that like worked for like really important, like they
corporate places,
not really corporate, but more like there's a drink called the Continental, and it's considered, if I remember right, it's considered the most expensive drink in the world. But there's like a shitload of things in it, and in order to make this drink, you have to be, only certain people will fucking make it, and it's like there's a ton of expensive shit in it, and they only allow a master mixologist to make it for certain people. I can't remember exactly what's all in it, but when I read that, I was like, holy fuck, but
yeah.
Honestly, that seems like kind of a stupid rule for them to put on it, because if you want it to be that perfect, I'm sorry, it's just a recipe of liquids. Like, you can measure, anyone can measure that out.
It says it's cream to mint, lime juice, powdered sugar, lemon, light rum.
That's
it.
That's a different. No, that's a different one. It might have been called something else, but I'm pretty sure it's called a Continental. It's like there's so much shit in it. I remember it's called like it's got like King Louis in it, and there's a bunch of just overly expensive shit. Just like I've had a shot of King Louis, that fucking brandy, I think is what it is. It tastes like shit. It is not good. I had a shot of Johnny Walker Blue, which is the more expensive Johnny Walker, $125 a shot. No, that one was only $25 for Johnny Blue. I shouldn't say only because for us that's a lot, and that was way better than that King Louis. I've had.
You ever had Don Perignon?
Don Perignon? No.
Never had that.
No.
I've had.
Is that a
I think
champagne?
it's champagne. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had Crown XR, which gets extra rare. It's fucking delicious. I mean, I've had my share of some of spendy shit, but this I'll have to look it up. Next episode I'll find it, but I believe it was called the Continentals, what they named that drink.
Yeah, the only like real fancy award-winning alcohol that I've ever drank is the Pabst Blue Ribbon. Won the Blue Ribbon Award.
Yes.
Because it was originally just called Pabst, and then it won the prestigious Blue Ribbon Award, so that's how it became Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Who gave him the blue ribbon?
The award company.
The awards?
The alcohol and beer awards.
The last Blue Ribbon I seen was on a fucking horse, so whoever enjoyed that beer
Yeah. I like Pabst.
enjoyed themselves some equine activities.
See,
I hate PBR.
I hate it too.
It's good.
I went out with this. This was like 10 years ago. Actually, longer than that. This is like almost 15 years ago. I went out with this girl. I think we went to Lucky's, and it was like there were certain nights where they had like $2 PBR pounders or something. And so I was like, oh shit, yeah, that's a great deal. Let's do that. I took like 2 drinks, and I was just like, okay, you drink this. I'm going to drink. Because she loved PBR.
It's totally a hipster beer, dude. Most hipsters drink it, or you're little on the older side of your life, and or you're poor.
Rednecks, hipsters, and poor people.
Yep.
When I
worked at Gulp Addictions, they used to have $2. It was PBR Busch Light pounders, and me and the wife, we always went for Busch Light. I won't drink beer if it's PBR. But I did try a beer. This is probably the cheapest beer I've seen. A buddy of mine had it. It was like fucking $8 a case. But it's called Beer 30. And I'm not gonna lie, the shit was good.
Not bad. Huh?
It was.
Honestly, it's probably just like Miller Coors and the other companies. The other company. I'm just saying, like, it's these major companies. It's just them selling.
Could be
the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, it's
shit.
just the leftover stuff. Like, let's just get rid of it. And so
yeah.
I've heard the story that I heard a rumor that like Black Velvet was bottom of the barrel
Crown Royal.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I mean it's a possibility. I could see it, to be honest with you.
That's just like I won't mention my New York trip that too much, but
Great, why don't you fucking?
well, we're gonna have to talk about it because you went.
no, I don't want to talk about
Why don't
it.
you just marry it then? Why don't you just
God,
marry
that's
this
all
would be
you
my-
talk about
this
these
is
days.
New York
You
this,
act like
New
you're
York
such
that.
a world traveler.
Well, I am.
God.
I mean, it is considered one of the most. If you want to become a world traveler, New York and Los Angeles are considered should be on your list to go to.
Definitely. But we were talking about how good the food was compared to Fargo, the New York food with my brother. Well, Fargo, it's just the Cisco fucking trucks. Everything you eat is
there's a
essentially
couple
the
other,
same.
but-
Yeah, there
I feel like
there
it's
is,
just
but-
Cisco and that's it. It's all the same shit, same ingredients, same fucking church, different pew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you had there's a few more than just, or there's a couple more other just that Spartan Ash, and then there's one other one too. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I get it. You know, just like if you travel overseas, you just want yourself a good old fashioned American hamburger,
Yeah, well,
and it's gonna taste way different because it's different beef. They're getting it from a different place, and that cow that they sacrificed to make that delicious burger was fed different type of grass and shit like that. So that burger's going to taste, the bread's going to taste different.
Right.
Everything's going to be different.
And when you go here, the difference between Hornbachers and Cashwise, the only difference is the pricing a little bit. The food is pretty much the same.
Right.
I think.
Yeah, I guess it just kind of depends. You know, me, I've lived out of North Dakota once. Well, I'll take that back. I was young when I lived in Seattle, Washington, and then Great Falls, Montana. You know, and there the shit. It all depends on where you get your shit.
Yeah.
You know, like you can go to like say go look at the fucking butcher spot over at Cashwise and go to the one at Hornbachers, and you can find out who's got the better looking ribeye or the better looking this or that, and you know that's about the only real difference for that shit. The brands aren't really any different. So
Yeah.
what do you guys think?
I don't think about much.
So now that you're over in New York, so last week we did chat about the about WrestleMania. Me and Lucas did our predictions.
It's too bad you were traveling because you missed WrestleMania.
I missed it.
You missed
Didn't see it.
WrestleMania.
What happened?
You didn't get to see it.
I don't remember.
So you were there. So first, before we go into actually talking about the matches and everything, why don't you tell us the experience that you had while you were there?
Well, we got very drunk. We went to a tailgate before. We paid $125 each a ticket. to go to
Holy
this tailgate.
shit.
But we had all you can eat, all you can drink space to hang out and do that shit. And that's where we got very drunk. So my memory of it is pretty hazy. But it was very cool. Lincoln Financial Stadium is very cool. The final match was good. The pay-per-view in general, I thought was just okay. Night 1. Night 2, I thought was a little better from a wrestling perspective, but it was one of the cooler things I've done.
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
Even night 1, I thought night 1 was good. I didn't really have any. Well,
The fucking match was
the Uso
garbage.
match was terrible.
Yeah. The Gunther Sami Zayn match was probably my favorite besides the main event.
I was praying for Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really thought that they were gonna have Gunther keep the belt, and then because he's getting one of the bigger pushes into the
Sammy deserves it.
Yeah,
He deserved to beat him.
Right.
I can see that. I just thought like I thought they were gonna do Gunther in a way that was like he was just too dominant as an intercontinental champion, so he was just gonna give up the belt and then set his sights on the title, but.
Yep.
There's a reason I'm not a WWE booker and
So-
someone else is.
Gunther, I think they just push too hard as
I like him.
I guess I don't really understand his whole persona, character, whatever.
Yeah, he's part of the Imperium and that German type.
Right. But then you have Sami Zayn, who was just, I mean, they tried to push him, you know, and get him into the heavyweights and all that, and they're just, I think he'd be a great gatekeeper. Having the Intercontinental Championship makes him a great, I think he'd be a great, just like Clay Guida from the UFC. I think he'd be a great fucking gatekeeper. And what we talked about the other night, or during that match, was that he was being trained by who? What was his name again?
I don't know.
The Sami Zayn's trainer.
Chad Gable.
Yeah. And right before he went out there, he said that. How do I explain it?
Yeah, he
You
said,
owe me one.
yeah, you owe me one or something. The Rocky kind of
Right.
reference. And,
Right. So
And-
I think that's what the next thing
And
is going to be.
I even mentioned when we were watching it, because I had picked Gunther to win. I thought Gunther was going to retain. And in the lead up to the match, when they were showing all the stuff with Sammy and his family and like his wife and child, and I was like, okay, he's winning. They're kind of pouring it on a little thick here.
The whole, if I remember right, didn't every belt except for fucking
Except for Rhea's.
Rhea swapped.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose it did.
Yep.
It'll be interesting now that Triple H is in charge. The stories and the creativity.
He
would be
must,
different.
he must be pretty insulated from that whole Vince stuff
Must
because you would think by now, if he was going to have any exposure, the lawyers
We'd
and
know
stuff
by now.
would have taken him out of the spotlight.
Yeah.
But-
well, when you're dating the boss's daughter, married to the boss's daughter.
But see, I think here's my thoughts on that whole situation is that with WrestleMania coming up while the shit was going down, TKO would have really made a fucking mistake by pulling him before WrestleMania happened. I don't think Triple H and Stephanie are blocked from it. I just think that TKO knows from business side of it all that they're like, okay, let's get through WrestleMania and then we're going to start figuring out what we're going to do. That's my feeling.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
I just
If Triple H or Stephanie did anything bad, they'd be fucking.
No, I don't think they did anything bad. What I mean is I think that they knew about it.
Yeah.
And pretty much anybody that knows anything about it is fucking almost on the outs.
see the one thing that makes me think that they may have been, in the dark about it is just that it sounds like Stephanie for a long time has had problems with Vince. Like if my understanding is correct, like she hasn't been part of the, like a TV personality for them for a long time because Vince was still involved.
Well, yeah.
And she didn't want to, like...
I'm sure the whole damsel in distress shit when it came down to The Undertaker and, the stupid fucking storylines that Vince would have her
I know.
do.
There's some other ones.
Yep, looking back especially.
They were dumb as shit, and I get it.
Even
Yeah.
Linda, too.
Yeah. But the only one that actually said, fuck you, Vince, I'm out, was Linda and Shane. Shane was like, I ain't gonna fucking have nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
No,
I don't think we'll ever see Vince again. On
No.
WWE.
No.
Oh, fuck, he's gonna be lucky if he doesn't go to prison here soon.
Yeah. I don't think he'll go to prison.
He'll go to prison, but the problem is it's not gonna be for years because he's got the money to fight it.
Yep. And whether he goes or not is going to depend on
Because
how much obviously how much evidence,
How much can you prove?
exactly. And if what we know already is even an indication, the fact that they have these text messages alone,
Yeah. Those
Dude,
texts
I-
are wild.
let's. There's guys send shit like that to girls that they're just banging anyway. But some of it was fucking so explicit. I started to blush, and I'm like, and I watched a lot of porn in my day.
and just the fact that he's the fucking guy, he's the CEO, and she relies on him for her livelihood. That alone,
Yeah.
him saying that kind of stuff is beyond or is past the line.
Yeah. The whole fucking situation is, like I said, is pretty fucked up. He screwed himself. I mean, first, you never, ever text that type of shit
Yeah.
when you're what do you want to call it? Making it, it's your employee. It's your employee, and you're fucking saying shit like that to him.
Yeah, if you're extorting a subordinate for sex in any way, don't leave a paper trail. Don't leave a paper trail.
That's what I learned from this.
And don't have witnesses.
That's the most important lesson to take from this whole thing.
Yes.
And don't have witnesses. I wonder how much fucking what's her name is dealing. Is it Sable that fucking Brock Lesnar's married?
Yeah,
to?
Sable.
I bet you she's about ready to say, "I want half your shit."
Maybe. Yeah, we don't really know if the Lesnar shit.
I know, because there's rumors that TKO is in the process of like bringing him back.
Yeah.
Because maybe he's not as exposed as we think.
don't know.
But
I read that same fucking thing, but if that was the case, because he was supposed to actually be on WrestleMania.
it was supposed to be him and Gunther for the Intercontinental
WWE.
title.
They were going to have Lesnar fight for the fucking Intercontinental.
Because Lesnar had said, at the beginning of Roman's reign, that until someone took the belt off him, he could not challenge for the heavyweight or universal or whatever title. So he kind of relegated himself to the mid card belts.
I seen this little reel on Facebook, and it was Solo Sikoa, not Jey Uso, but the other Uso, and Paul Heyman. And I think it was a clip from Monday Night Raw where they were trying to go into their locker room, but on the front of it, the big door, on front of the door said the American Nightmare.
Oh, nice.
And they're like, kind of like, what the fuck? They're like, and Paul was like, listen, this is for the champions locker room.
You can't go in there.
And I can't remember exactly how it went, but he said, that's why, the tribal chief said, that's why we need to get it back as soon as we can. You know, I was like,
I wonder
But
when
what-
Roman does come back again. He's going to take a break here for a while.
I would think he almost has to.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
3 years fucking straight. Fuck yeah, I would take some time off too. And maybe that's why they finally, jobbed him.
Well, they didn't job him, but
Well,
It was time.
It was time.
I
It was
really
time to
don't.
move
I
on.
don't think that. I think fucking there was 700 other fucking wrestlers that they should have let have a run like that.
yeah.
They should. There's.
can
I
make
mean,
an argument
I'm
for
not
it.
saying I'm not taking anything away from Roman Reigns, but I really don't think that they should have had him be the guy to have that run as long
Yeah.
as he did.
I like it when they have a star hold a title for that long. Though.
For 3
It kind
years?
of builds it up.
It does. I think
Unless somebody else deserves it, like Cody does.
3 years is too long.
Yeah.
I
Rhea's had it for a year.
Yeah. Just depends on, the circumstances of it all.
I think out of the two, I think Rhea deserved to have a fucking run like
Yeah,
that
she definitely does.
before fucking Roman Reigns
She will,
does.
I bet.
I don't know.
I
Unless
don't
like Charlotte Flair comes back or something.
I really think that
yeah.
I hope they had a fucking great match. I love that match last year with those two.
It was
Even
amazing.
Ripley's with Lynch this year, the first match.
It was good.
One was good.
Yep,
Yeah.
that was a good way to kick it off.
Yep. Except that weird guy, that singer that came out with Rhea. I
Yeah,
didn't
that
like
must be
him.
the band, the actual
it
band
was like
for
her
her,
favorite
I can't
band. You
remember what
remember
the
the
band
name?
was, but
because she was singing along.
Yeah, I was like, who the
I
fuck
can't
is this
remember who
guy?
it was. But there was, and then the Bailey match, Bailey and Asuka,
Yeah.
or whatever.
It was night.
Did you hear
I thought that was a good match.
It was okay.
It was.
Yeah.
Did you hear? I heard this rumor. I'm not absolutely positive, but she said her favorite photographer, Bailey said her favorite photographer was her mother, and her mother loves taking pictures of her naked.
What?
Yeah. And I was like, okay.
What if she meant her mom is naked while she takes the pictures? That'd be
still-
so much more normal.
Be way, way
It's
better.
way more normal.
But no, their match was good. I liked their match too, especially when what's her name reversed that fucking her finale, her final fucking move when she rolled through it or moonsaulted through it. I can't remember what Bailey's finisher is called. It's the one where she
tell you
kind of
later.
uses her leg and kind of flips her over. Well, fucking Ahsoka kind of rolled through it.
Io
Yeah,
Sky.
Io Sky, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She did that fucking roll through, and I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah. Do you guys like the 6-pack ladder match night one?
It was interesting.
It was. There was some. Okay.
That's where I got a half one wrong on that one. We didn't. First of all, go ahead. Lucas,
We
I'm
didn't
sorry.
know the actual names of some of the wrestlers of like because I would have guessed the new the new catch
See,
forget what
again.
I forget what their
Was that the 6-pack or the
yeah
other
that
one?
was the 6-pack tag match on night one.
See, we also didn't know that it was for both titles, and
Yeah, we didn't know it was both tag titles.
SmackDown and Raw.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
didn't
was
care
good.
for Austin Theory and what's his name winning.
Yeah. Well,
But-
then the other one was Miz and R-Truth.
Miz and R-Truth. They were one of my picks.
I
going into
I
it.
don't like the Miz, but our truth,
he's
I
funny.
like him.
He's
yeah,
funny.
He's funny.
When
Didn't he try to pin somebody in? Yeah.
Yeah, he got the 3 count on somebody. He counted his own 3 count.
Yeah.
But then before that, he stood outside the ring waiting for a tag to come in. And so someone
Right.
actually
That's
tagged
right.
him and
Yeah,
then
that
he got
that's
in.
right. Yeah. That's right. Fucking guy.
He's hilarious. But he's still a really good wrestler. He's still good in the ring.
He's been a long...
Yep. He's been a fucking
around
champion
long time.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he's just kind of this goof, but he's, a good wrestler.
Oh yeah, he
Good
is.
wrestler, and
the
he-
Street Profits.
I like them. They're good. Good wrestlers.
Yeah, they're good wrestlers.
And then...
The new catch, whatever they are, I really like those guys. It's the dude with like, he's got
that's
like,
those Australians, isn't it?
I think so.
The guy that
New
does that
Catch
weird.
Republic, I think. the one guy, when he goes into the rings, he like, or into the ropes, he does something, either like a half cartwheel or he like grabs.
He does this dive like he's. What he does is his head goes under the rope and his arms go over the top.
And then he bounces back.
Bounces back. That is so fucking weird. Yeah, those are those Australians.
Yeah, and they took some big bumps. Like, they were one of the guys, like, off the top of that ladder. He took somebody's finisher and...
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God,
what sucked about when I was watching it is we couldn't see everything right beside the ring.
Because you had the big support beam in the way.
Yeah.
Well, there for a while, we thought, who was it? The Rock and whoever was heading right towards you.
Yeah.
We thought so too. Like, oh, we're gonna.
It was in
close.
front of the section that you guys were in. But you would have been at the back of the section.
I think I seen the back of your shirt during the match.
We've been a Moss jersey.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I seen you, but I obviously it was just the back of you.
There was
how most people know you.
Good one.
No, there was, I think, twice where looking in the area I thought you were, that for a split second, I thought I saw someone in a purple jersey, but it was literally like, it was so quick before the camera changed that...
Pause it.
Yeah. And then to find the 3 frames that I saw it on, there would have been...
Watching on the replay, they kept mentioning how cold it was night 1.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys were there like...
Kind of, yeah. We were bundled up and drunk, but it was chilly and windy.
Yeah, it was 40s.
Not ideal conditions, but watching it back, Michael Cole kept mentioning the fucking weather. Oh, it's fucking cold here.
Fucking Michael Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was... What else was on the first night? There was...
Andrade and Rey Mysterio beat Dominic and Santos Escobar.
Yeah.
I don't really remember that match. The other match I don't remember
was... Dirty Dom still needs work. He's
right.
work.
He's okay. He's getting better, but... I think part of this... The SmackDown and Raw draft that's coming up is going to separate. So
the Judgment Day.
Yeah, I think Rhea and Dom will be on one program. Well, they'll probably be on Raw. Well, no, but then Damian would have to be because he's the heavyweight.
They'll get split up somehow.
I fucking hated that.
When he cashed in?
Yes.
You know what though? It did feel like and looking at it how it goes forward, this makes a lot of sense to me because the big feud that the WWE is banking on right now is Punk and Drew McIntyre. And because Punk is the one that caused him,
he's such a
bitch. Lose on the cash in, it's just going to generate heat for that.
It does, but I hate Punk too.
I can't fucking stand Punk.
I can't either. I'm glad he was hurt for wrestling.
I wish he would have got hurt at the fucking WrestleMania.
I'm learning to like Punk because
he's a punk.
Yeah, he's a little biatch.
He is.
But it's most of the...
And he's not even... I'm sorry. He's not even that clever, I think, when he speaks.
No, he's not. He
thinks he is, but...
His fucking promos are ridiculous.
I think he's got great promos.
Ugh.
I think what makes him so good at it is that he can just do it off the cuff. Like, if they need to improvise, he's very good at that.
Script or anything. Yeah.
And it all comes off very natural to him. Where some guys, it might look like they're just delivering a line.
Probably because he didn't have no fucking friends and he talked to himself in a fucking mirror. God, I hate that guy.
No, I
don't like him.
All these, like, I don't want to say all. When he was younger, I think, he probably definitely did have some backstage issues. But all the ones lately, it really is because, at least to me, it seems like it's because Punk is the only one... Because this is all from his AEW shit. The backstage issues are with guys that they're young and don't want to work like the way that wrestlers are used to working. Yeah. They want to be these guys that come in once a week, put on a show, and that's it. Where Punk is the kind of guy that he knows what it takes. You got to work every day.
But Punk also wants, towards the end of his first run in WWE, he got everything he wanted because fucking McMahon loved him.
After he gave that speech where he was sitting down, cross-legged.
Like he always,
what they call the pipe bomb.
The pipe bomb, yeah. But he's burnt bridges everywhere he's gone.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Oh, I'm going to quit. I'm going to go be a big MMA fighter. Then he got his ass kicked in his first 3 fights.
I think the MMA guys, they, I guess, kind of respect him. It seems like Dana does.
I don't know.
Hey,
But
the thing is,
They respected him because of his name.
at least he went out and did it, though. He didn't just talk.
Right.
Like, he went out and tried it.
Wasn't he? He was in his 40s when he tried it, too, I believe. How old is CM Punk?
He's 45 right now.
Okay,
so he would have
might
been late 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
is already too old
Yeah.
to start MMA.
So he sucked at that. And then he, well, not really. Look at Couture.
yeah, but he's the exception. There's not a lot of guys that have gone.
And then he went to fucking AEW, and he was a turd bag there.
Yeah.
See,
AEW
that's where
is going to shit.
That's where he wasn't, though. He was the only
was a
one that
dirtbag.
seemed to understand how to run a fucking show.
But there was fucking, you got 30 what's his name? Tony Khan? Is that his name?
Yeah.
He's too full of himself in his head because he's got people that have been in this business way longer than himself and CM Punk that could help, but he doesn't take anybody's advice. Because you had fucking Kevin Nash in the background. You had Sting in the background. You had all these guys from the fucking Attitude Era that could be there to help you with your shit. You just won't take it. He just wouldn't take it. And that's, so like when they had the main event Mafia, you had Sting, you had fucking Kevin Nash, you had Scott Steiner.
That was TNA, wasn't it?
I think it was AEW. I'm not quite, maybe. Anyway,
I think it was TNA.
I don't know. TNA had that octagon fucking ring for a while. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't.
But either way,
Yeah,
fucking,
that was TNA.
Okay, but either way, fucking Tony Khan had all these people that knew what to do, how to put on a great show, and he wouldn't do it. So I don't think that having CM Punk come in there to say, "Hey, this is what I think we should do. Let's help these younger guys out," was the issue. I just think that his fucking issues were that he got in on fucking name recognition. I don't even think he's a great wrestler.
I still haven't actually seen a full match from him, so I can't judge him there.
Yeah.
But
Drew McIntyre will grab that fucker and break him in half.
McIntyre's awesome.
You know, but CM Punk is like he's like a new age Shawn Michaels, just a little bit not as edgy, but more. He's like fucking Eddie Vedder.
He's like Eddie Vedder. He's the Pearl Jam of wrestling.
Yeah, he's
overrated.
compared to say the Motley Crue, guys. That's how I actually kind of look at him like, and I don't think Punk's that great.
So you guys want to explain to me what was so shitty about the Usos match?
Other than the 17 fucking super kicks?
Yeah, it was 1,000 super kicks, which so apparently the super kick is dead because it clearly doesn't work. And it was
dumb anyway. I told you guys.
It was the whole
the match was not good.
The entire match was just them trading shots back and forth.
Yeah, it was a very, they botched a lot of moves. The super kicks, they overdid the super kicks. It just, as far as it was just not a good match.
Yeah.
As far as, Jey Uso being a singles match or a singles fucking wrestler, they both could be single wrestlers. Maybe just not with each other. They just know each other too well. And
well, they have the exact same moveset.
Yep.
Right.
I mean, if they need to both learn how to actually put on a successful singles match. They're extremely good as tag performers, but in singles,
having a lot of experience just doing the singles.
Jay especially, Jay is great on the mic. He kind of has an it factor about him where he could be a top star.
Yep.
And just needs a little work on the singles
little
match.
Right.
Then Damage Control, Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Bianca Belair. Yeah.
It was okay. It wasn't
was
anything special.
Yeah, it wasn't a great. The Naomi, I like her. Bianca, I just hate the whole hair thing. Drives me up a fucking wall.
Yep. I hate it. It's
she's all right.
more. I think it's.
She's
more
a great
for kids.
wrestler.
Yeah.
I do think the hair thing is more aimed towards kids. I think
It is.
her whole gimmick is more on the kid friendly.
PG side.
It is.
Yeah.
Definitely is.
And you need wrestlers like that.
Yeah.
I get that. But, you know, when you're... she's a great fucking wrestler.
She's very talented.
Yes. Naomi's a great wrestler.
Jade Cargill's going to be
Yeah.
champion
I
someday.
mean, it wasn't a bad fucking... oh, that's my neighbor's car.
No.
His brakes.
Yikes.
The match wasn't horrible, but it wasn't fantastic.
Gunther and Sami Zayn was pretty good.
I loved it. I loved it. I like Sami Zayn because he's just a fucking big goofy fucking ginger. You know,
He's good too.
He is.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's very
good in the
talented.
ring. He's got a great personality.
Yep.
Yeah, persona.
He's a day walking fucking soul stealing ginger, and I just like that guy. I think
can
it's because
relate.
I think it mainly is because of when we were playing WWE 23, 2K23. In that he's such a whiner,
He is.
but he's crazy, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I
Reckless,
liked it. It's
yeah.
kind of funny.
He's cool, yeah. Then the last one was the main event. Rock and Reigns versus
That was
Cody
a
and
great
Seth.
match.
It was a long match.
It was a long match, but it was a great match.
The Rock, he's fucking awesome, man.
True, but I think what I fucking hate is just because he's The Rock, and him and what's his name, John Cena, have had like real problems like outside of the ring.
Yeah.
that was night 2. We're talking about the tag.
We're talking about,
match,
the
right?
tag.
Yeah.
The tag.
Oh,
from
I'm
night
sorry.
one,
That's
yeah.
right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. My bad.
Yeah.
It was-
But Rock pinned Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, they went outside the ring for a while. And
Didn't he give during that match? Wasn't there? Didn't they trade fucking? Everybody traded their fucking signature finishers.
yeah. Or at least tried to.
Yeah, because somebody got rock bottom, somebody got fucking super kicked,
Yep,
super
yep.
punched.
Yeah. Yep.
Somebody got the roll of the dice.
Yep.
Or the Cody Cutter.
Yep.
No, the Cody Cutter's the one out the ring, right? Or out
Yes,
the rope.
Cody Cutter's off the ropes.
What's the one where he does the flip around?
Yeah, I don't know the name of it.
Because back in the day, that was called the Rings of Saturn, because Saturn from WCW used to do that one. Or
I thought the Rings of Saturn was he just puts them on his shoulders. And
Yeah, I
it's
thought
like
that
a-
was. I thought Rings of
Oh, I'm
Saturn
thinking
was
of-
his submission.
I'm
and
thinking
then-
of the roll of the dice, which I believe it was Rhino did. He did that fucking thing that
Okay.
Cody did.
Yeah.
And then, what else was there?
I'll tell you one guy who got screwed at WrestleMania, and that's Seth Rollins. He lost this match. He lost to McIntyre, and then he got hit in the chair by Reigns in
Yeah.
the main event.
He was the guy. His whole job this WrestleMania was just to put
Get his
people
ass-
over.
Yeah.
Basically.
That was it.
And he did good.
He did.
I heard that a lot of the reason is because he's still nursing his leg,
Might
but
be.
and him and Becky are like, so they're married, that they're taking a break. They're going on. They're taking a while off just because they need their bodies to heal.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
And
but that fucking outfit he wore on Saturday night.
It was weird. The weird like fucking
He always dresses
tumor on his
stupid.
shoulder was fucking dumb. I like the rest of it because I like the pomp and pageantry of
Dude,
wrestling entrances. But
he looked like the guy from 300 who let the fucking the king go through the back way to take out the Spartans. He looked like that guy.
Yeah, I can't. Bad fashion choices. by him in
Bad
general,
fashion
yeah.
choices.
And then night 2, yeah, that was the first match. Rollins and McIntyre. And that was a good match.
I especially
McIntyre's
liked
awesome.
I liked how they had McIntyre hit a finisher right off the bat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that was
Really
like
kicked things
yep,
off.
Yep, that was it's
Big
kind
way.
of set the tone. It was a good match, solid, but obviously with him having a part yet to come in the main event, they weren't going to do anything
They
too
weren't gonna do anything
crazy.
Too crazy. Yep. Yep. And then of course Priest cashes in.
Yep, and I still don't think Priest is quite main event.
He's not
talent.
I don't think so either.
He's close, but he's a little sloppy in the ring.
A little bit, yeah. And his mic skills, I think, suck.
Yeah.
He
He's
just
getting
doesn't have much of a. He's script. Like we were talking about the
Yeah.
script thing.
What-
He's just everything's by the script.
Yep. If you deliver your promos and it sounds like you're reading a script,
Right.
you can only go so
You can
far.
only go so far.
I think he's going to have a short title reign.
He will. He might even lose his next match. Whoever it's going to be.
And I do hope that they start. I want to see the title change hands sometimes on like Monday Night Raw
I do
or on
too.
SmackDown.
They don't do that enough.
Yep.
You hardly ever see it. Maybe
It's
once
rare.
or twice a
Yeah.
year.
And that it would be good. Yeah. Like keep it rare,
Right.
but not.
And that's with any title. It's not just the
Yeah.
World Heavyweight title.
Yep. Because
For
there
them to
was
change it.
Mankind won the championship on Raw.
He did.
It basically
that was a big deal.
That was probably the thing that put the nail in the coffin of WCW. Their decision to go
I think it
to
did.
spoil it
Yeah.
when they announced on Nitro that Mankind was winning the title,
Yep.
and so everybody
It was like,
switched
well, we got
over.
to check this out.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's probably, I think that's why they did it.
Probably.
So they
Not why WCW, but why.
yeah.
Because they lost. How many weeks in a row did WWE lose to WCW on the Monday Night Wars?
It's like over a year, I'd say.
It was over 50. It was like 50 some weeks in a row. And then I think that was the turning point because they actually let the title get, which is weird because I remember watching, there's the WCW World Heavyweight title would change during Monday Night Night.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
During Nitro.
And it should definitely happen sometimes.
A little bit more often.
Yep.
Pay-per-view should be left for, obviously, yes, championship matches, but it's there to, I think they should to either begin your storyline, continue your storyline, or finish your storyline.
It needs
That's
to be a
what
big
pay-per-views are there
yeah.
for.
The pay-per-view should be like a big like not necessarily turning point, but like a big moment in a storyline, whether
Right.
it's the beginning or the end, but
Yep. You guys remember the finger poke of doom? You know what that is?
yep.
I think you told
Yeah,
them.
that was the death of WCW.
That was if not the moment that killed it, it's the moment that encapsulates all
It really
of
does.
WCW's downfall.
Right.
It just
Yep. They fucking made their own grave. Next
Yep.
match was the Pride versus Final Testament.
this was the one I
Is that
don't
the one with Bobby Lashley?
Yeah.
Yes, it was. I barely saw any of this match because
Yeah.
we were in the middle of
Playing,
a hell dive, and it was I think it was a combination of me getting really high at the time, and it was a tough mission.
It was
Yeah.
kind
So-
of funny because right before or right after we started the mission, he goes, "I'm so fucking hot." I'm like, "Whoa,
Sometimes it
whoa."
just hits different, man.
Yeah.
But it was, yeah.
You
and
finally.
I'm sorry. So at the end, while we were doing that, it was a final match where we both just sat our controllers down and watched the
Yep.
fucking. And
Okay.
Yeah, we weren't even in a mission. We just kept
Just watched
the
it.
chat on and watched the
Nice.
match.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. I think Bobby Lashley, I'm surprised he's just a mid-card wrestler now.
What did I tell you?
I think it's because he's kind of he was gone for a while, wasn't he?
He might have been.
And so I think it's
he's had
him-
the world title
He has,
before.
yeah.
A couple times, I
Yeah,
believe.
but now he's just kind of a...
The guy's a beast. But then again,
Look at Sami Zayn was pushed for the world heavyweight title at one point,
Yeah.
and so there's a lot of guys that have been pushed towards it, and then they're making them mid cards, which is fine. Make people want to show up and watch fucking Raw and SmackDown. Don't make us wait for the good matches for the last fucking 30 minutes of the fucking show. Make us
Right.
interested at the beginning, middle, and the
Right.
end. You know,
And what's really bad, I've said it a million times to you guys, is the ads on SmackDown and Raw. Like, cutting to a commercial between a match.
yes, and
You're
they
not
never
gonna-
used to do that.
No. That's
Although,
terrible.
but that's old school like 80s kind of TV wrestling and early 90s
Yes.
TV. Because I remember when I first
In the middle
started
of a
watching.
match?
Yep. When I first started watching wrestling, they would go to commercials and it would always come back. We're rejoining the action and stuff.
have you guys seen? Have you watched Iron Claw yet?
Yes.
It's fucking great, and
good.
it's sad as fuck.
It's sad, yeah.
The dad was a piece of
He
shit.
was a piece of work. Piece
Yeah.
of shit. Yep.
I felt, it's based on true events and everything and true story. And obviously, you'll have some people be like, I don't know if that's how it really went down or whatever. But the surviving member of the Von Erichs, the one brother that should have been pushed to do it all, is the one that is alive, and he's like, no, this
Yeah.
is what fucking happened. I guess.
What I thought was not funny but interesting was that guy didn't want the Von Erich last name. He changed it to the wife's last name because of the bad luck that the Von Erich last name has.
Yeah, the curse.
Yep.
The Von Erich curse.
Yep.
Oh.
Crazy.
What else we got? There was like what I think the last.
Yeah,
match?
LA Knight and AJ Styles. LA Knight wins. I think I would have. Did you guys predict that? Or?
I didn't
did.
know anything about that feud.
Yeah.
Other than like he showed up at Elimination Chamber to fuck
Yeah.
over LA Knight.
Yeah, they're
but-
building up LA Knight. You know, they have been the last year.
Yeah,
So.
and that's what I remember telling him last week on the podcast. Is I said the same thing, or whenever we recorded the last thing. Anyway, yeah, they built it up. I think they did a good job. I think they're going to push him hard. I just don't. I'm not a big fan of his.
I'm not either. But a lot of other people are, I guess.
Yeah, I can see why they are. Like, he's kind of on the microphone at least. He's kind of like,
He's got the Attitude Era style to it.
like he reminds me of this weird blend of Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels, just in the promos.
I can see that.
Yep. His
I don't-
wrestling is okay.
Are you
Yeah,
talking about
I-
LA Knight?
Yeah, LA Knight.
I was thinking more. To me, it was more like AJ Styles.
See, I've never seen an AJ Styles match, so
He's good. He's
Yeah,
good.
he was pushed at one point around the same time as the Miz, and
He's been champion before.
yeah,
World champion.
who else? Dolph Ziggler was pushed around the same time, and now he's released, and he's
kind
know
of
what
like
he's doing now.
he's one of the top wrestlers at. It's an indie organization.
Probably
It
Japan.
might. Yeah, I think it's in Japan.
Yeah. I've always liked him.
dude. They can make some money over there.
Yeah,
in Japan.
and it sounds like he's really doing well over there.
yeah,
Good for him.
yeah, good for him.
Then there was Logan Paul, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton.
That was another one I didn't see that much of.
Yeah, I think that's the one I got wrong.
Kind of had high expectations for this match, and it was okay. But thought it'd be a little
you
bit
know
better.
what? I'm sorry if you got a fucking wrestler who's on your fucking roster who can't do house shows, who can't fucking this and that, should not have held his title for as long as he should have.
Yeah,
Granted, the guy's a fucking great. He is a good wrestler. I'll
He's
give
very
that.
good.
He can fly.
I take whatever back I said about him being a wrestler, because he is good at it. But he should never have that title and not be able to do fucking house shows, and hardly, he gets his ass whooped on TV once every 2 weeks. I mean, they shouldn't have let him win. I think they should have let what's his name, the big guy.
Yeah, we
Owens.
both thought Kevin Owens was going to
Yeah.
win that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
was
would have
gonna
liked
say-
to see him win it. I mean,
Yeah.
I like Kevin Owens. He's good. He's
I just don't like that he does the super kick and the stunner.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if he just came up with his own finisher.
And who didn't somebody pull out a fucking pedigree during that same match? It might have been him. even.
Rollins does a pedigree, but that would have been a different match.
yeah.
I know he did it. He did it
he
during
did
the
it,
McIntyre
yeah.
match.
Oh.
He was outside the ring.
At what point don't you fucking think of your own shit?
Yep.
'cause
There's only so many moves.
oh no, there's
Which
more.
which is true, but all you have to do is make it look just a tiny
said-
bit different,
like
and
I
then
said,
give it your
Tweak
own
it a
name.
little bit your own
The
way.
foreskin slam.
The foreskin slam.
Yep. Grab your dick, pull the foreskin, slam.
It's got legs.
See? Yeah. No, it doesn't. That's how part of the problem. That's why it hurts.
My favorite women's finisher that I ever saw. Actually, I don't even know if it was a finisher in this match, but we always called it the double snatch grab because I don't remember who it was, but it was the Diva era, kind of like maybe turning into that Trish Stratus, Lita era, and she just. Whatever wrestler it was, she reached right into the other lady's crotch with both hands and then did like a back body drop with that. It's like, oh my God, she just grabbed her by the...
And there's the one that I keep saying that they shouldn't be doing. Like when they, kick them right in the fucking box.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me. No box tapping allowed in
Yeah.
wrestling. I mean, could take a nice look at box and make it look like a really bad roast beef sandwich.
Yeah, women never do low blows.
But when they do, I mean, that's no box tapping. That should not be allowed. I'm telling you.
I don't know.
Could ruin somebody's life.
Maybe in the intra-gender matches you can box tap.
Intra-gender?
Yeah, it would be intergender. Then you can box tap as long as you're box tapping with your cock.
So what about if there's a gender fluid world championship? Does that mean that, like, hey, all of a sudden I'm gender fluid and there's she's biologically a female, but she goes to be a man, but then man says, hey, biologically, whatever, and then he just goes and whoops her ass? Could he win that title?
I mean,
It's gender fluid.
If he's not actually gender fluid, then no. But
Yeah, but what if
he is?
What if she isn't really either?
I don't think that one's got legs.
well, then she shouldn't.
I don't think so either.
then she shouldn't wrestle for that title either.
But you guys see where I'm going with this.
Yeah, get all. Yeah, it's a brainstorming session.
It's a brainstorming for our own title belt.
Yeah.
And then we have the last match.
Well, there was Sky and Bailey.
We talked
Which
about that.
we kind
Talked about
of
a little
touched
bit.
on
Yeah,
that
we
one.
can skim past that. But yeah, Roman Reigns, or Cody Rhodes is now the world champion.
That was a great match.
It was.
It really, really was. And this is where I was going to say earlier was, how many times has fucking John Cena got to fucking get his ass whooped by The Rock before he's like, fuck you, I've done just as much for this fucking place than he has.
Well, I wouldn't say as much, but he's done a lot. Yeah.
Have you ever? I remember watching John Cena's first match. Mm-hmm. You know, and John Cena's he done a lot for that company. The only difference between the two are now is that The Rock is technically on the board of TKO. Mm-hmm. He's a partial owner of the company. Okay, John Cena should be like, listen, I've had to fucking lose every pay-per-view to that motherfucker. Let him not put me over and fucking give me a rock bottom. Let me finally give him one. Give him a fucking...
I think he has beaten him before.
Not in a pay-per-view.
Because
Because he lost to him at WrestleMania.
They've fought multiple pay-per-views.
Yes, but I don't think that he's ever lost to him. I mean, I may be wrong, but I'm just saying John Cena should be finally get fucking tired of getting his ass whipped by The Rock and say, I need my turn to win.
It made sense though from a story perspective.
I don't know.
Because you got to have someone from The Rock's era to be the one that in that situation,
They called him
just the way that they were, the way that they were kind of one-upping each other.
Because he was the first person to come out, and then Cena came out and fought him.
So first
And then
Jimmy
goes-
Uso came out,
Yeah.
and then he interfered. Then Jay came out and took Jimmy out.
Right.
And then Solo came
Then
out.
Solo came out. So then Cena came in and took him out because Solo was the one that like put him on the injury sidelines at one point. And then The Rock came in and took Cena out. And so now you got to have
then Undertaker came out.
Yeah.
So then you have to have someone from Rock's era come out to take him
See,
out.
and that's where me and Lucas were almost pumped because I had started
That was
hurting
Stone
rumbles
Cold.
that it was
Yeah.
going to be Stone
Everybody
Cold.
did. Yeah.
Everyone
I
did,
heard
yeah.
they couldn't come to a deal, Stone Cold and the WWE.
I saw
don't know
that
if that's
too.
true or not.
Which I don't know that
You
it.
would think Stone Cold would be up to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but I
Considering
don't-
he
I
just
don't-
wrestled for them a couple of years ago
But
in a
physically, I don't think
pay-per-view.
he can.
But it would have just
fucking
been
stunner.
for one stunner.
Yeah, give him one fucking stunner. That would have been awesome.
It would have
Because
made more sense than the Undertaker.
There's only one person who could match the way that they sell that fucking stunner is Shane McMahon. Shane and The Rock can sell that fucking
yeah.
stunner. I mean,
HBK could sell it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And honestly, I just saw this match again a couple weeks ago. It was in the lead up to WrestleMania. I think one of the best stunner sells that I've ever seen was Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
Oh, the one.
It was
He, like,
just this
pops up.
perfect. He pops up perfectly, and like it was so smooth and seamless, and it was a big overreaction at the same
Yeah.
time.
He was.
It was great.
I love when some of the best fucking finishes that he does. He'd bounce back up and he'd walk and kind of and then just fall
Yeah.
over.
Yep.
But that match, I loved it. It was
Great.
great.
And then everybody
match.
coming out, all the other wrestlers
And
after Cody won.
It was really cool to see, the story has finished. Finally, Rhodes was able to win that
Yeah.
title for WWF or WWE, and apparently there was a big deal about a watch that was bought for him by Bill Pritchard.
Yeah, because it was
Triple H and somebody else chipped in to buy him an exact replica of the watch that that somebody had bought for Vince
It was
bought for Dusty.
it was the watch that Dusty pawned
Yes.
in order to pay for Cody's wrestling lessons.
Cody's
Oh, no
acting
shit.
acting lessons.
Yeah, something like
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. They somehow they tracked it down.
It was that exact same.
That's
watch,
what
or
it
just a
sounds like. It
replica?
was the same watch that they,
Wow.
which
didn't
I
know
suppose, at that point, it was probably a collector's item. So it was, someone just tracked down who
That
had
is
it.
cool.
And another thing was kind of, and I didn't know this. So Cody's mom was that when she was married to when she got married to Dusty
Mama Roo.
was when he was at the height and just slowly started to go down from his wrestling career, and then Dusty was born, which is like really I didn't fucking know that. You know?
Yeah, because they didn't even use Dusty Rhodes' last name when they were first coming up. They used Runnels. Because
Yes.
it was Dustin Runnels, or the natural Dustin Runnels, or something like that. And then, wait, no, am I thinking of someone else?
You're thinking of
Because Terry Runnels.
Terry
was-
Runnels is Dustin's wife.
That's right. Yeah, because so
you're
he was a
thinking-
Runnels. And so when she married,
Wasn't
yeah,
she son? Wasn't her son? Wasn't her
She
name
was-
Sunny?
no,
She's a cute little blonde. I just know that.
God,
Oh, I know.
I think it started with an M for some reason, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah. No, that match was fucking great.
Yeah, it was.
It really was a great match, and the props that he got, and that was probably the best ending to a WrestleMania that they could have given
Yep.
anybody.
It was so great once, because every time that Cody's almost finished the story or whatever, it's always he gets two of his finishers, going for the third, and then someone interferes.
Yep. And that's when when we were watching, me and Luke was like, oh shit, you know, fuck, it's gonna happen again.
You guys both predicted that
Yeah.
he would win, though,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
But so
we
after,
predicted that Cody was going to win last year, and look what happened.
yeah, this year it had, especially after the way that everything changed when The Rock came back and how Cody wasn't going to go for the title. And
Yeah.
I mean, it does sound like legitimately the reaction caused them to pivot back to
They
Cody.
did. I think it did.
Yeah.
So-
They intended for The Rock to fight for that instead of
I don't
Cody
know.
originally.
I don't know about that for the simple reason with Rock again being on the fucking
Right.
the board.
But there was the fan backlash was
Yeah, but
It was crazy.
so what Triple H said was that this ending, they basically had it all figured out by like September or October.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Rock stuff happened. And so it sounds like
They
they had
did an
pivoted.
audible.
Yep, they did an audible, and then the backlash happened, and so they kind of like, okay,
Well, maybe
we
we
need to
should have
pivot
that.
back to, you know, the previous.
Especially with all the Vince shit going on, they had to do something
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, calling The Rock the final boss.
I love it.
Fucking hate it.
I love it.
I just
I do think it's
Who else fits that name besides
Stone
him?
Cold,
Okay. That's
The
two
Undertaker.
people. Okay.
Well, you asked,
Those
and I
are,
gave it
they're
to you.
all final bosses.
I don't. In the way that I see that The Rock fits it a little more, though, is because he's actually a boss, because he's on the board.
Yeah, there you
so
go.
he's the final boss. Where
you
like
go.
Triple H.
where like Stone Cold, he would never call himself the final boss because he's an anti-authority guy. Like,
Yeah.
Well, he wouldn't have to because he's.
I think the final boss thing is
He's
more
the-
a video
he-
game.
it
like,
is.
You gotta.
He's the authority of an ass whooping. Fucking Stone Cold is.
He is, yeah. He is. Do we know who's won more matches between those two? Stone Cold or The Rock?
I don't know.
probably Stone Cold, but I'm not sure.
I wonder if I can look that up.
It probably because Stone Cold, I think, was they both started not nosediving, but their careers were coming to an end around the same time.
Around the yeah.
The Rock was going into more movies. I mean,
Yeah.
Stone Cold's done a lot of movies, but his were B movies.
Yeah, because he's not a great actor.
No,
like
dude, when he was in that what is it, The Extra Mile, or what is it, that football movie with Adam Sandler? That
The Longest Yard.
Longest
The
Yard.
Longest Yard.
The extra mile.
He did that fucking when he was that racist cop, dude. I was like, holy fuck, he said it, and he said it with a straight face.
Oh, that's how the white man runs the football.
That's how a white man runs the football. And then, but when he kept knocking the fucking books out of his hand in the library, Nelly, and does that defend you, and he goes like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, you
Said it.
couldn't get away with a lot of that shit now. But
See, one thing that will always piss me off is someone knocking the books out of my hand. So Stone Cold, try it. I will
what
whip
did you
your
say?
ass.
What did you say? Not what
It will always piss me off if someone knocks the books out of my hand. That happened to me in junior high, and I almost beat the shit out of this kid for it. I left my books and papers all spread out all over the floor,
boy.
and I chased him like down the hallway and started throwing him into the locker. So Stone
Stuff in the
Cold,
locker.
Bring it.
come on, rattlesnake.
Does sound like that Austin has one more than The Rock.
All right. See,
So he's the final boss.
You can have more than one final boss,
Depending on the game, I guess.
depending on the game.
Well, anyway, there, gentlemen, we are sitting at about that time. We are going to roll out because we are going to go watch the UFC 300 fight tonight. Maybe we'll talk about that next week. Justin, it was nice to finally have you back again.
Good to be here.
You were gone gallivanting the country,
I'm a traveler.
bring
Traveler.
your jet setting nepotism fucking
Trust fund
ass kid.
gold loving,
Yeah.
spoiled.
What's
fucking
how
brat.
does fucking Ric Flair saying I'm a private jet flying or whatever?
I don't even know.
Kiss stealing son of a bitch.
Limousine riding.
Yeah, that you are.
That's me.
All right.
That's me.
So check us out anywhere you guys see podcasts at. Good pods, bad pods.
Okay, bots.
Okay, pods. Spotify, Samsung,
Napster.
Yeah, yeah.
LimeWire.
Yeah.
Share.
If you go on LimeWire, chances are you're going to catch something from Justin. It's going to give your computer a fucking virus. So
Yep.
we'll see y'all later and have a good one.